And today's challenge is to change a drive belt on this Turf Tiger II, a Scag lawnmower, amazing piece of gear, zero turn. It has two drive belts hidden under this cover, and one of them is absolutely fried. It gave up the ghost in the middle of a little mowing session I was doing, and I was able to put it back on in the field, but clearly it is fried beyond all redemption. The front one is actually still good. I'm not going to replace it. I could. It's obviously been replaced since the other one has been installed. So I'm not going to bother, but I will be taking it off to get access to the back one anyway. So let's get started on that. And the first thing that you'll have to do probably is to remove that panel, which I've already done. Had to do that in the field. And the only reason I had to do it was because it's just about a millimeter too close to the bottom of that pulley to get that belt off. So your mower might be just a little bit different. You might have that extra millimeter of clearance and able to wrangle that smaller pulley, the smaller belt that goes around the three pulleys. If not, it's not a big deal. It just comes off with 4 bolts here, and it's held on the lip, which actually is in the front. This is backwards from the way it actually fits on the machine. So let's get both the belts off. You can see there's a couple tensioning springs that are in play here. There's also this that has to come off, but that's actually no big deal. That's doesn't even really take any tools. So I'm going to get this front belt off, and I'll show you how to do that the easy way. Now, those of you who have had one of these for a while, you probably know there's a 1/2-inch square drive down there that you could just stick a ratchet in, and you can turn this thing to release the tension on the belt. Thing is, it's still in the way of taking this belt off, and it's just a general pain in the butt. So the much easier way to do it, I've found, is take the spring off, and I got a really easy way to do that without tools. Okay, here's all you need. A little piece of rope. You could probably use wire. I'm just going to hook it over the end here, make sure it's good and engaged, and then all you have to do is pull the spring off. You're done. And now you can untension that, and you can work this belt off, although you really can't get it off until you deal with that over there. So let's do that next. All right, and this is just a little curly Q clip that you just push a little bit out of the way, pull it off, put it aside someplace safe, and then you have to disconnect this cable, this little plug. At this point, you're now no longer locked in with this device. So I'm just going to work the short drive belt off of the pulleys. All right, that one's out. Now let's work on the big one. Again, we've got a spring down there keeping tension on it, and again, the pulley is going to be in the way until you figure out that you need to remove the spring. The other thing I'm going to tell you is to remember how the belt is run. It seems very simple, it seems very straightforward, but somehow it always gets more complicated whenever you actually go to put the new belt on. One way you can do that is to have a diagram. I found this one's a little odd because it's actually kind of backwards. It's actually like that, but you can't read it like that, so you have to read it like this and interpolate it. But at any rate, it goes down all the way across, up and over, then down around the tensioner and back up. So let's go ahead and get the spring off first, and then get the belt off. Those springs are different, so you do want to keep track of where they go. All right, now we got, again, this is easy to move. You don't have to fight with a ratchet while you're trying to take it off. Go ahead and get it. And you can see this pulley is always in the way no matter what. All right, and I'll get it off this. Slide it over this. And we're beltless. And this is when it's a good time to compare the two. Make sure they're the same approximate length, keeping in mind the old one may be just a little longer than it should be. And a tiny difference, plus or minus, is going to be taken up by that adjuster anyway. So as long as you're really, really close, you're good to go. All right, it's now time to get this belt installed, and I'm going to do that. You have to fight this in just a little bit. Make sure you put it on the back pulley, because there's two that will happily accept it. And then what you're going to need to do is wrap it around this flat pulley. And like all pulleys, keep in mind, if it's got the tooth tapered edge, it goes into the V pulley. If it's got a nice flat edge, it goes onto a pulley that doesn't have a taper. So that's one way to just help make sure you're doing it right. Okay, so at this point, you can run it over this back pulley. And it's a little bit tight. And now, got to get it around this pulley. Run it all the way down and get it around this little control arm here. And should be able to move the tensioner out of the way, get as much slack as you can. All right, and you're good to go there. So we're all lined up. Make sure back pulley here, smooth in there, nice and flat against the edge here. All we got to do now is put the spring back on. Over the edge, and you're done there. Okay, next, put the other one on. So again, this one has to slide over the control arm here, over the main pulley, behind the tensioner, and under the bottom pulley. Okay. Got to kind of force it over the center section there until then you get enough, should have enough slack to slide it back on all the pulleys. And again, grab your rope, grab your spring. I recommend pointing the little hook down just to make it easier to access on this side. Pull it out and over the bolt. All right. And we now are ready to hook up the control arm again. And just turn it until you can put that in. Find your little curly Q retainer. Let's see here. Get it pushed on so that this little round part here is under the shaft that protrudes through there. Plug this back in. And now what we got to do is put on the bottom cover and close this, and we're good to go. But like all good things, I think we probably should test it first. Okay, all that remains is to put in this protective cover. You can see the lip. Just reach around. It'll hook on the lip on the front. Hold it firmly in place, and then you can just place your bolts through, and you can see these are the ones that have the little shoulder, so they will hold on to the slots in here. And you can just put on the nuts, get them started. I'd recommend getting them all started before you tighten any of them down, because it's going to want to wiggle around a little bit. right, and now we're ready for another X number of months of that famous 12 mile per hour mowing that these things are famous for. So let's get on it.